Welcome back to Mimi's Organic Eats. Today we're making one of my all-time favorite snack recipes, the best ever homemade kale chips. So good. These are so good, you guys. All you guys need is a few simple ingredients to make this recipe. First, you're going to start by preheating your oven to 250 degrees. We're baking these low and slow, guys. Next, go ahead and grab a half sheet pan and line it with parchment paper. Grab your kale and meet me back here. First, we're going to need some kale. So you can use a bunch of kale like I have here, or you can use kale from a bag, either works. And so the first thing we're going to do is remove all the kale leaves from the stems. We don't want to cook the stems because they just become like rubbery and tough in the oven. So while it doesn't matter if a few stems get in there, you just really don't want to eat them because they're really not that great. So if you end up with a few, when your kale chips are done, you can just pull them out, no problem. But it's so much easier if we just remove all the leaves now. So I gave this bunch of kale just a little rinse because this was just a loose bunch of kale. But if you guys are getting kale from a bag, it's pre-washed, that's totally fine. Now we're just going to remove the leaves from the stems. And see, we're just going to throw this part away. And so this is going to be about 6 cups of kale leaves once we're finished. That's going to be like one large bunch, or you can measure it, or you can kind of just fill your baking sheet, honestly. This is a half sheet pan, and so this is going to fill this pretty well. So as you can see, our kale leaves are covering our whole baking sheet, and they're even quite like high, and that's okay. These are going to cook down a lot, so you want to kind of pack them into your baking sheet as much as you can so you can get the most out of these kale chips. And now you can do this in a mixing bowl, but I'm super lazy and I don't like dishes, and so I'm just doing this on the baking sheet. So I'm just gonna add in my extra virgin olive oil, my nutritional yeast, garlic powder, and onion powder right on top, and I'm gonna just mix it and massage it all with my hands right on the baking sheet. But a mixing bowl also works too. And so you can use extra virgin olive oil with this recipe, avocado oil, or you can even use ghee. If you want a more richer tasting kale chip, similar to like classic potato chips, then I highly recommend using ghee because you'll get that like buttery and really rich flavor. But if you want a little bit lighter flavor, then I recommend going with extra virgin olive oil. And so I'm just gonna drizzle about 2 tablespoons on top of the kale leaves. Next, I'm gonna add 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. This is what's going to give these kale chips so much flavor. It's also going to pack in some more protein and essential vitamins and minerals as well. And if you guys are unfamiliar with nutritional yeast, it is just like a cheesy, kind of like Parmesan-y flavor, but it's packed with nutrients. It's so good. Next, we're gonna add 1.25 teaspoons of garlic powder. And then last, we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of onion powder. So now that we have our oil and our spices on here, we're just gonna mix this up and massage it into the kale with our hands. So like I said, this can be done in a mixing bowl, but it's a little bit messier if you do it on the baking sheet like me, but you don't have to wash the mixing bowl. So your choice. You just want to like mix and massage the kale until they're completely coated in the oil and the spices. You don't want to have like any dry kale leaves because those won't crisp up well in the oven. So once you're sure that all the kale leaves are coated, then it's going to be ready to bake. Now it's time to bake these at 250 degrees for 1 hour and 15 minutes or until the kale chips are totally dry and crunchy. And so depending on your oven, this could take a little bit more time, but you always want to make sure that the kale chips are really crispy before you take them out of the oven, because otherwise they're just not as good. So once your kale chips are crispy and dry, then they're done and it's time to add salt. Once you give them a good amount of salt, Then they're ready to enjoy. So good. These are so good, you guys. They're crispy, they're crunchy, they're perfectly salty, they have great flavor. You guys are going to love these. If you guys want more easy organic recipes just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me next time in the kitchen.